Okay, so before we start with today's class, may I request everyone to join me in prayer? The True Millionaire's Prayer by Brother Bo Sanchez. So Lord, today we ask you to bless us so we may become a blessing to others. Lord, we commit ourselves to enrich others. But because we cannot give what we do not have, we commit ourselves to become rich. We commit ourselves to serve you and to serve the poor with our wealth. Today, we open ourselves to the abundance of your universe. Use us as your channels of love. Give us the ability to create wealth that will bless the world. Increase our financial wisdom and expand our territories. We place our lives in your hands. In Jesus' name, amen. So good afternoon to everyone here in the Philippines, and good morning and good evening to those in other parts of the world. Welcome to today's financial literacy class. Feel free to take notes as needed. We might have a review in a while. So if you have questions, please write them down and talk to the person who invited you after this class. So he or she will provide you with more details. Okay, so we value your time with us, and we will ensure that your 1 hour is going to be worth it. For today, we will be talking about 5 topics. 1, we will introduce IMG to you. 2, we will talk about financial challenges that we face in 4 major areas. 3, we'll discuss about the 3 basic financial concepts. 4, we will introduce you to Kaiser Healthcare. And 5, we will share with you the benefits of being part of our community of savers. So my name is Hazel Cappleman-Sia. I am a physician by profession and currently practicing dermatology here in Masbate. So I'm also a marketing director and financial literacy advocate of IMG. So today I would like to congratulate you for taking the first step towards financial literacy, especially for the first-timers. No? Congratulations for taking the first steps in combating poverty and towards financial independence. So IMG has a bold campaign, that is to be able to financially educate 30 million Filipinos by 2030. And you're being here today, you are already part of this grand campaign. So what you are about to learn today are all taken from this book entitled The Secret to Saving and Building Your Future. For those who have been attending this class several times now, congratulations as well. They say repetition is the mother of skill. So alam naman natin lahat na if first time nating ma-encounter yung mga concepts, hindi lahat na-absorb. No? So when we attend repeatedly, mas nare-retain na sa atin. Okay? So they say success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. So congratulations to everyone, because we are on our way to making our lives better. Okay. So we all know that money is powerful. It is powerful enough that it can either make or break us. Many of us work hard, yet we seem to have, we are not getting enough. So some of us will take more than one job, pero kulang pa rin. Some professionals who are earning bigger incomes still find that they are not saving enough, or worse, they find themselves in debts. So in IMG, we will learn that there is something that is more powerful than money, and that is financial education. Okay, so meron tayong mga misconception na hindi natin kailangan ng financial education kasi para lang sila sa mga nasa business schools or mga negosyante, business owners. Okay, so kung titignan natin, kailangan din natin siya kasi pati tayo gumagamit ng pera. No? Lahat tayo gumagamit ng pera. Okay, so if you look at it, parang financial education is actually as important as the subjects that we take repeatedly from kindergarten to college, like math. Okay, pero why was it not taught to us when in fact it is an important part of our daily life? So in IMG, we combine a great mission, that is to provide financial education and a potential business career in the financial industry. It is now known as the wealthiest industry. Okay, so we are here to teach you and share with you the basics of financial education because we believe that anyone is capable and should be given the opportunity to change his or her life for the better. So in IMG, we also have mentors. We have people we look up to. They are experts in their field to teach and guide us in our journey towards financial independence. So showing you here are the founders of IMG. We call them the big three. We have Sir Joanne de las Peñas, we have Sir Noel Arandilla, and Sir Bart Borja. Then we also have notable mentors, that of Brother Bo Sanchez. He is a Catholic lay minister and writer of several financial literacy books. And we have also Sir Rex Mendoza, who is known as the investment guru. He is the CEO of Rampver Financials, which is the leading mutual funds distributor in our country. Okay. So as a total financial solution, IMG will help you to become financially educated, as well as give you opportunities or platforms to apply what you are going to learn. Okay. So IMG stands for International Marketing Group, a global company that serves as an avenue in achieving financial security. So it caters the financial needs of every individual and families who wish to achieve financial independence. So IMG's mission and vision is about helping every Filipino family to become wealthy or financially secure by making financial education available for everyone, regardless of status or professional background, by teaching every Filipino how to save the right way. So in IMG, we will share with you for free a financial planning strategy that is simple, clear, it's doable, and it is easy to understand. Okay, so every day, people go to work to make a living, but no matter how hard we work and how much we earn, money always seems to control us. Okay, in fact, the working Filipinos continue to face increasing challenges in 4 major areas. So what are these? So first, we have the uncertain labor market, meaning there's no security or there's no assurance na may trabaho tayong pangmatagalan, especially for those in the private sector. So we are not certain if yung trabaho natin, nandyan pa ba siya next month or next year, or itong nangyari sa atin, yung pandemic. So nobody expected this to happen, yet it happened, no? Hindi natin, walang nag-predict. And it left 1,000 of Filipino families struggling to make ends meet for their families every day. So another is automation. Ito yung machine na ang nagre-replace ng tao or the human worker. So they say the age of the powerful software continue to replace more and more workers. So if we go to fast food nowadays, example McDonald's, di na natin kailangan lumapit sa counter to have our order taken by a person. So all we have to do is lumapit sa machine or mga kiosk, then itap lang natin doon yung order natin. Pwede tayong magbayad doon, then siya na yung magpa-process ng order natin. So imagine yung number of workers na madi-displace because of automation. So automation does not only happen in fast food, pwede sa mga offices. Or for example, may nakita lang ako yesterday sa Facebook na yung may helicopter tapos may cameraman na nagtitake ng video. Tapos after 10 years, drone na. So nawalan ng trabaho yung pilot, nawalan ng trabaho yung cameraman. Drone na yung ginamit na mag-take ng footages. So ganun yung automation. Okay? So the second major area is low savings and high debt. So majority of Filipino workers, sakto lang ang nasusweldo per month. Kadalasan, ito ay kulang pa, especially if big yung families or kung mali yung way na paggastos or pag-manage ng pera. And many think that the only solution to financial challenges is to borrow money or mangutang. And then, dahil pinagkakasya lang ang sweldo at di nababayaran ang utang, lalo itong lumulubo. Okay? So another is yung mentality natin na party now, bahala na later, yung YOLO, no? Yung you only live once. So enjoy mo na yung buhay mo ngayon kasi hindi mo alam kung anong mangyayari bukas, parang gano'n. So this is best exemplified madalas sa mga naririnig natin na stories, OFW stories, no, wherein pag uwi nila ng Pilipinas, halos yung ipon nila, ginagamit nila sa mga happy-happy lang na party or inuman. And then pag sasakay na, manghihiram na naman kasi naubos na yung pera na naiuwi nila. So this situation has a big impact on our retirement. Bakit? Kasi ang pwedeng mangyari is, imbes na ma-enjoy natin ang retirement natin, yung makukuha natin na pera ay ipambabayad lang natin sa mga utang. So in short, walang matitira or konti lang na matitira sa atin. Kaya, madami pa rin tayo nakikita employees who work beyond 65 in order to survive. And dahil retired na sila and walang other source of income, mapipilitan sila to take any kind of job so they have something to use for their daily expenses. Okay. So the third major area is the high cost of education. So in most schools in the Philippines, the increase in tuition happens every 6 years. However, in some schools, it can be every year. So when we plan for our children's education, we must take these increases into consideration kasi yung tuition this year might double or triple by the time na mag-start ng mga anak natin sa college. So bottom line here is there will always be expenses for education, whether our children are enrolled in the public or private schools, or in any school for that matter. And these expenses include allowances, food, school supplies, projects, books, rent sa house or sa dorm, okay? So transportation, uniforms, and others. And we all want our children to be in a good school. So majority of Filipinos need to save enough for the cost of a good education. And the fourth major area is increasing cost of living. So inflation is the rate at which money loses its value and the level of prices for goods and services is rising. So as we can see here, the inflation rate last December 2020 was 3.5%. And it went up to 4.2 in January this year and further up to 4.5 in April. So inflation affects the purchasing power of our money. Okay? So we take our 1,000 peso bill, for example. So last year, yung 1,000 pesos natin, kaya niyang bilhin, for example, isang sakong bigas. Pero dahil sa inflation this year, yung 1,000 pesos natin, baka kalahating sako ng bigas na lang yung kaya niyang bilhin. Okay? So to illustrate further, this image shows how inflation affects the value of 1 pesos over time. So in 1998, punong-puno pa yung grocery cart mo, no, with just 1,000 pesos. After 10 years, kalahati na lang yung laman ng grocery cart for that 1,000 peso bill. And then, after another 10 years, okay, konti na lang na items ang laman. So yung inflation, binababa niya yung value ng money. Okay? Together with increasing taxes at kung wala namang increase sa sahod, ano sa tingin natin ang pwede mangyari? Ang hirap mag-save, di ba? So, kung magkaroon pa ng emergencies like hospitalization, calamities, wala tayong ibang gawin kundi manghiram or mangutang. So in summary, these are the 4 major areas where most Filipinos are financially challenged. So the question for us will be, how do we overcome these challenges? How can IMG help the Filipino overcome these challenges? Okay. So according to Bill Gates, if you were born poor, it is not a mistake. But if you die poor, it is definitely a mistake. Kasi ibig sabihin wala kang ginawa para mag-improve yung buhay mo. So walang ibang taong magsisikap mapabuti ang buhay natin, kundi tayo lang. So our future is not in the hands of anyone else, not our company, not our organization, not our friends, not even the government. So nobody has the responsibility to make your life better and financially secure, kundi ikaw lang. So in IMG, we will learn how to make money, to save money the right way, to accumulate money or to grow money, and most importantly, to protect the money that we have worked for. Because understanding how money works and how it will work for us is part of taking care of our future and the future of our family. So that's why IMG encourages everyone to acquire financial education, because financial education, together with discipline in managing our finances, will help us become wealthy. Okay, so before we proceed to the basic financial concepts, let's have some review. So please read the questions carefully. You have 30 seconds to choose your answer by typing the letter of your answer in the chat box. Are you ready? We have the first question. Okay, and the correct answer is letter C. Okay, so Filipinos will face increasing challenges in 4 major areas, which are the uncertain labor market, low savings and high debt, high cost of education, and increasing cost of living. Okay, next question. Okay, and the correct answer is letter B. Okay, inflation. So inflation affects the purchasing power of our money. Okay, very good. Now let's move on to the basic financial concepts. So in order to understand how money works, let me first introduce you to some basic financial concepts. These are the X-curve concept, the power of compound interest using the rule of 72, and how to build a solid financial foundation. Okay, so the X-curve concept states that over time, or as we get older, our responsibility decreases and our wealth increases. So this is shown by the two curves that run opposite directions during our lifetime. So when we are younger and starting a job, normally we don't have money. So what we do is we work hard to have money. This is what we call the active income. Kung wala tayong trabaho, kung hindi tayo gumagala, wala tayong pera. So walang income. At this time also, we have the responsibility, since tayo yung may trabaho, we have the responsibility to take care of our family. Since tayo, our parents, the medicines of our parents, education of our siblings, or what if we are also starting our own family? So if we are the breadwinner, it is our obligation to provide for food, shelter, education, health, and to pay our bills and debts. Our income during this time, dahil nagsastart pa lang tayo, it is not enough or temporary, thereby it is less secure. So pwedeng at the height of building our wealth, magtatrabaho tayo for our family, bigla tayong nagkasakit or mawalan ng trabaho dahil sa mga calamities, ganyan. So worse, although we are not praying this to happen to anyone, what if we die too soon? Okay, so it can happen to anyone. So if this happens, who then will take care of our family, especially our children. So this is where life insurance comes in, because insurance is equivalent to instant cash that can help our family in the event na biglang mawala tayo as breadwinner. So kung ano yung income natin, yun ay i-replace ng insurance. And then as we can see here now, as we get older, our responsibilities normally decrease. So paano to? Tanong niyo siguro, paano nagde-decrease yung responsibility? Ito yung napatapos na natin yung mga anak natin sa college. So less na yun nabayaran na natin mga loans natin sa housing, sa car loans. Okay, so less na din yun. So dahil may work pa tayo, hindi pa tayo retired, nababawasan yung responsibilities natin, mabayarin natin, meron na tayong extra pera para ma-save or ma-invest. Okay? So this is shown by the green curve known as our wealth curve. At dahil nakapag-save and invest tayo, when we retire from our jobs and do not have active income na, wala na tayong trabaho, we are assured na may pera pa din na pumapasok because of our investments. So this is what we call the passive income. Yung kahit wala lang ginagawa, may pumapasok na money. Okay? Our money is already working for us. Thus, we say we are more secure. But another fact, no, na pwede mangyari sa atin is, what if we live too long naman? So, who will take care of us? Okay? So, enough kayong savings natin to last us for another 20 or 30 more years after retirement. What if bigla din tayong nagkasakit? Okay? Aasa ba tayo sa government? Aasa ba tayo sa mga anak natin? Although yung mga anak natin, syempre, will help us kasi parents nila tayo, no? Pero until when? They will most likely have their own families too. Okay, so this is where investment and long-term health care comes in. So our key points are, if we, the breadwinners, die too soon, life insurance will take care of us, of our family, I mean. And if we live too long naman, investment and long-term health care will take care of us. Okay? So as parents, no, or future parents who are already financially educated, alam na natin na we should not make our children our investments. No? Kawawa naman sila to have that responsibility. So as long as we are still working, let us strive to have our own investments and long-term health care to take care of us. At huwag natin ipasa yung responsibility sa ating mga anak. Okay? So the next concept is the power of compound interest. So compound interest is the addition of interest to the principal sum of a loan or a deposit. Okay, so it is called interest on interest over time. And this is best described using the rule of 72. So the rule of 72 was popularized by Albert Einstein, and it is a shortcut used to estimate the number of years required to double our money at a given annual rate of return. So we simply divide 72 over the interest rate. For example, if the interest rate is 4%, then our money doubles every 18 years. Okay? For an 8% interest, our money doubles every 9 years. And if we are investing our money in an account that provides 12% interest, our money doubles every 6 years. So the higher the rate, the shorter the time na nagdodoble yung pera natin. Okay? So, for example, we are age 29 now, and then we have 100,000 pesos to invest. If we put our 100,000 in an account or an investment platform that gives us 4% interest, then our 100,000 will become 200 after 18 years. Nasa age 47 na tayo. And then it doubles again to 400,000 at age 65. So our money doubles every 18 years. However, if we can find an investment platform that can give us 8% interest rate, this means our money doubles every 9 years instead of 18 years. Then our 100,000 can become 1.6 million pesos at age 65 by the time na magre-retire na tayo. But with a 12% interest rate, we can have more than that. So our 100,000 can grow to as much as 6.4 million pesos when we retire at age 65 because our money, our 100,000 pesos doubled every 6 years. Okay, so to further understand how compound interest works, we must look at it on a long-term perspective. So compound interest is time-dependent. The longer our money is invested, the more compounding of interest will happen. Okay, so here's an example from the Facebook page of Ms. G. Alno of IMG. In this case, we are investing in the Soldivo Strategic Growth Fund, which is a mutual fund. So ito yung mutual fund account na binibigay agad ni IMG for members. Okay, so wala kang ibang babayaran for membership of this mutual fund, opening of the mutual fund, automatic na meron kang investment account. Okay, so using this, okay, kunyari we are getting 12% average annual return, no? Using the rule of 72, our money doubles every 6 years. So for example, if we consistently invest 500 pesos per month for 35 years, our investment of 210,000 pesos can grow to as much as 2.9 million pesos. Okay, for every 500 pesos every month. And if we invest 1,000 pesos every month for 35 years, our investment of 420,000 pesos can grow to as much as 5.8 million pesos. So if yung savings natin of 500 pesos a month, nilalagay lang natin sa cabinet or sa alkansya, okay, after 35 years, or kahit after 35 years, yung naipon natin is the total sum lang of 210,000. But if we invest it in mutual fund that gives 12% annual interest, lalago siya to 2.5 million. Eh, ang laki-laki ng difference ng 2.9 million to 210,000, di ba? Okay, so what happens to our money in the bank? Okay, so most of us were taught when we were young the habit of saving. So we were taught to open a savings account in the banks para save yung money natin. So all our lives, yun lang alam natin, mag-save sa mga bangko. Okay, so has the thought of knowing or asking for the interest rate even entered our minds when we opened our savings account? Some of us siguro, yung mga knowledgeable, but most of us would not even bother to ask, no? Okay, so now, since we are discussing compound interest, it is important na malaman natin kung ilang annual interest rate ba ang binibigay ni bank sa atin. Okay, so alam ba natin na yung most of the banks will only give us 1% annual interest rate or less, okay? So applying the rule of 72, if I put 100,000 sa bank, I will have to wait for 72 years bago siya dumoble. Worst, if 0.20% lang ang binibigay ng bank, 300 years ang hihintayin natin before our savings double. So literal na natutulog lang ang money natin sa banks. Although, we do not say na mali yung banks or masama yung banks, no? Kasi we will be discussing later why we also need them. Okay, so the interest in savings account are too low to offset yung inflation and increasing taxes. If you notice here, no, yung inflation that I mentioned a while ago is even higher than the interest rate na binibigay ng bank. Okay, so realizing the situation, where then can we put our money so that it can grow and balance inflation? Okay, so this is where investment or investing in the stock market comes in. So many of us have this misconception that investment in the stock market only belongs to the rich or the big business owners. That's why we are lucky to be here, because now pa lang we will correct this misconception. So anyone who has the means can invest in the stock market. Hindi na kailangang maging businessman or big business owner para mag-invest, okay? So it is in the stock market kasi where we can find platforms that will help our money grow para makasabay sa inflation and increasing taxes. It is in the stock market where we can enjoy 8 to 12% interest rates or higher for the money that we invest. Okay, so there are two kinds of investments. We have the direct investment where we personally buy shares of stocks of a company. So we actively participate in buying and selling of shares. So we should have the knowledge and skills to participate in trading sa stock market. So what about the others like you and me who do not know anything or have less knowledge about investing? So we still have a chance in the second type of investment. It is an indirect investment or the mutual fund. So in mutual funds, the money that we invest will be handled by professional fund managers. So they will pool the money of all the investors, meaning us, and they will be the ones to invest them in the big companies. So all you have to do is invest our money and just wait for our money to grow. So mutual funds are very much regulated by the government because there's a ceiling or limit of the interest rate that mutual funds can provide. Okay, so dito natin ma-differentiate or ma-detect kung ito bang investment ko ay scam or not kasi usually sa mga scams, masyadong mataas yung interest rates nila. Like double or triple your money in a month, no? In fact, yung pinag-uusapan natin, yung pinag-aralan natin years, yung ganon. Okay, so pag mga ganon na mga masyadong parang imposible, no? Mag-iisip ka, mag-think twice, okay, before you invest your money. So some people will be too afraid to invest kasi nga doon sa scam. Okay, so satisfied sila na ilagay lang sa banks yung pera nila or satisfied na sila na naghuhulog sila sa SSS. Okay, but do you know na even SSS pala also invest their billions in the mutual fund because gusto nilang mas lumago pa yung money nila. Again, if you want to know more about investing or where to invest na hindi ka masascam, have a one-on-one with the person who invited you after this class. Okay. Even the banks, yung nilalagay natin, na-deposit natin na pera sa bank, hindi lang din natutulog sa banks. Yung banks mismo, ini-invest nila sa stock market para mag-earn sila. Okay? Okay, so before we proceed to the last financial concept, let's have another review again. Please type the letter of your answer in the chat box. So the question is, so the correct answer is letter A, no? Compound interest or compounding interest. Good job. Okay, another question. Correct answer is letter D. We have investments and long-term health care. Okay, very good. Now we move on to the last basic financial concept. So this concept is building a solid financial foundation. So building a solid financial foundation is just like building a house from the ground up, no? So wala pa po tayo nakitang bahay na tinayo na nauuna ang bubong, tsaka pa lang yung poste, tsaka pa lang yung flooring or yung foundation, okay? So sa solid financial foundation, it should look like this. Dapat galing sa baba, yung pinaka-importante hanggang sa taas. So first, we should have proper healthcare coverage. Second, we must have proper protection or insurance in case we die early. And third, we should be able to manage and pay off all our debts, okay? Next, we must be able to set aside some of our money as emergency fund. And lastly, tsaka pala tayo mag-save and to make long-term investments. Okay, so let us discuss about proper health care. So statistics show na 90% daw of all bankruptcies are due to unforeseen or unexpected illness or hospitalization. So getting sick in the Philippines without health care is very expensive. So it greatly affects a person's financial stability, especially during old age. Why? Kasi yung savings mo na nakalaan sa investment or insurance mo or iba pa, nagagamit mo siya pambayad sa hospital bills and medications, no? Pwede hindi lang ikaw, pwede pati mga kapatid mo, ganun din kasi kailangan yung mag-contribute para bayaran yung hospital bills ng isang family member. Unfortunately, a lot of Filipinos die when they get sick, not because there is no available treatment or medicine, but because wala silang bayad to pay for these treatments or medicines. So there are three types of healthcare. We have the short-term healthcare, the senior care, and long-term healthcare. So in short-term healthcare is the traditional HMO. This is the healthcare we get from the company kung saan tayo employed. So it has no life insurance. Renewal mo is not guaranteed, especially if mataas yung claims mo. Okay? It only covers until age 60 or hanggang magre-retire ka. So after we retire, wala na rin siya. Good as wala ka na rin healthcare coverage. Also, after we retire, na hindi natin siya nagamit kasi hindi naman tayo na hospital during our employment, hindi natin ma-withdraw yung mga binayad natin or makuha yung premiums na binayad natin. Good as zero, okay? Pag nag-retire ka, retired na din yung healthcare coverage mo. Okay, next is senior care. This is similar to short-term care that covers beyond 60 years old. So ganun din siya, same with short-term na every year ka mag-renew, pero ang coverage niya when you are 60 and above na. Pero ito yung pinaka-mahal, okay? Kasi napapansin natin, it's been studied na pag nasa 60s ka na and up, doon na lumalabas yung mga sakit-sakit natin. So, pag may mga sakit na tayo, madalas tayong ma-hospital, madalas magamit yung insurance. So, malulugi na yung insurance company. Okay? So, hindi rin guaranteed ang renewal. Hindi ka-sure na yung healthcare insurance o yung health insurance na yun, i-cover ka pa the next year kasi kung mataas yung claims mo. Okay. Lastly, we have the long-term care. So it is a healthcare coverage with health savings account. Ano ibig sabihin niya? It has a fixed premium program. Usually, you save for 7 years or you pay for 7 years and then wait for it na mag-mature in 20 years. So renewable siya. And all the unused funds, dahil hindi ka naman na hospital, hindi ka nagkasakit, hindi mo siya nagamit. Lahat ng money mo na hindi nagamit, lumalago siya, nag-accumulate kasi ini-invest. Okay? And then, the best thing is, nako-cover ka from when you got it, like when you're in your 20s, hanggang beyond 60, covered ka pa rin niya. Okay? So, having the proper health care is the start of building our solid financial foundation. The old saying, health is wealth, rings true because, as I said, without proper health care, we might end up spending most of our savings when we get sick. Okay. So next, we have proper protection on life and disability or ito yung life insurance. So the main purpose of life insurance is to protect our loved ones, our business, our properties, the moment na wala tayo, pinuha tayo ni Lord. So being breadwinners or a working spouse or a working parent, ang goal naman natin is to meet not just to meet the basic needs of our families, but at least to give them a comfortable life. No? So while we work hard to realize this goal, hindi natin ma-avoid yung mga things na hindi natin makokontrol. For example, bigla tayong na-aksidente or bigla tayong nagkasakit, okay? Or worse nga, bigla tayong mawala sa mundo. What will happen to our family? What will happen to our kids? Kung wala tayong insurance, we know for sure na hindi magiging comfortable yung buhay nila and they will surely struggle financially. And ayaw naman natin mangyari ito, di ba? Sa ating mga pamilya, sa ating mga anak. But if we have insurance together with some savings, this will be like instant cash or money na pwede nilang gamitin para makabangon at maka-adjust sa changes. So with life insurance, nami-meet pa rin yung basic needs nila. Okay? Yung insurance ang magiging replacement ng income natin. So we get life insurance not for ourselves but for our families who are depending on us. So how will we know kung magkano yung insurance na kailangan natin? Okay? We have to know this kasi baka kung may mag-offer sa atin tapos hindi pala enough, challenging pa rin for our families who will be left behind. So we compute for the coverage by multiplying our yearly or annual income times 10 years. For example, yung annual income natin is 240,000 times 10, that is 2.4 million. So at least yung coverage, life insurance coverage na makukuha natin, at least 2.4 million para komportable pa rin ang magiging buhay ng pamilya natin once na nawala tayo as breadwinners nila. Next is we should be able to manage our debts or our utang and reduce our liabilities, no, mga bayarin natin. So in the Philippines, many companies make it very easy and convenient for people para mangutang, okay? So meron dyan yung mag-offer ng free umbrella. Okay, sundan ka pa kung saan-saan pag nasa mall ka. Yung pala, mag-sign up ka for credit card application. Tapos kung may credit card ka naman, sasabihin, zero installment when you use your credit card to purchase something. So, hinihikayat ka na mangutang. Okay? Ganun din sa mga lending. Okay? So, sasabihin nila na, mangutang ka na, ganyan. 2 or 3 months to pay yan. Pero take note, no? All loans, lahat ng utang natin are to be paid with interest. What if yung interest ng inutang mo ay mas mataas pa sa inflation rate at wala namang increase sa sweldo? Would you be able to pay your debts, your utang in full pag dumating na yung due date? Okay? So in the Philippines, do we know na yung interest rates sa mga credit cards natin when we use them? Alam ba natin? Or swipe lang tayo with our credit cards? Okay? So yung interest rate sa credit cards is 3% to 5% a month. Okay? Similar sa mga nagpapautang or lending. So if you compute it, roughly about 42% a year ang interest. So mas mataas pa sa interest rates ng mga investments. Okay? So I don't think we want to see an example of utang with compounding interest. Okay, so compounding interest will work against us when we are paying our utang or our loans. So we have to think about our utang, no, and how much is the interest rate, and then apply the rule of 72. If we only pay the minimum balance on our loans, example, yung credit card loans, the whole loan amount will double fast due to the high interest rate. So key point is, as much as possible, wag po tayong mangutang. Or if we really need to borrow money to fund a business, we have to know the interest rates and compute using the rule of 72. So, para alam natin kung afford ba natin na mangutang ng ganitong halaga with this interest rate. So, most rich people say this, no, live below your means if you have to, para hindi ka matempt na umutang. So, hindi naman natin kailangan mag-upgrade lagi ng mga gadgets natin every time na may bago. Okay? Tapos, yun nga, yung laging kumakain sa labas, no? isang malaking ano din yan. Pag kumain ka, hindi lang yan lalagpasan lagi ng 1,000 pesos. Okay, pag sa labas ka kumain. So may mga tips, mga simple tips, doable tips na pwede nating matutunan dito sa IMG. So again, if you want to learn more about how to pay off your debts, you do a one-on-one with the person who invited you. So he or she can give you more information or give you details of Zoom classes that will offer these topics. Okay, so as Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, but he who doesn't pays it. Again, remember to live below your means and pay off all your debts. So next, we should have an emergency fund. So an emergency fund is money na naitabi natin in cases of emergencies like bigla tayong nawalan ng trabaho, biglang nasira ng sasakyan, nasunugan ng bahay, na aksidente o na ospital. So magkano ba dapat ang tatabi natin as emergency fund? Okay, so we compute this by multiplying our monthly expenses times 12 months. Okay, so you have to make a list of your expenses and then total them and then multiply it by 12 months. Okay, so for example, we have our monthly expenses for food, transportation, utilities, electricity, water, ganyan, 20,000 times 12, we should have at least 240,000 na itabi. Separate account from our other savings account, para hindi siya magalaw. Para ito yung gagamitin natin in cases of emergency. So ito yung nilalagay natin sa mga banks with ATM access, para madali siyang i-withdraw in cases of emergency. So with this, hindi mo na kailangan galawin yung pera mo nakalaan for others like insurance or investments. Okay? So lastly, we should be able to build up our savings and investments. So according to Sir Rex Mendoza, the investment guru, wala daw tayong karapatan na mag-invest unless we are properly protected. Okay? So, yun nga, if baliktarin natin kasi yung financial foundation, okay, like most Filipinos, inuuna natin yung hindi priority. Yung akala natin na priority, hindi pala. So, most of us, inuuna natin pagpatay ng bahay, maglo-loan, housing loan, bumili ng kotse, car loans, madalas, di ba, bumili ng alahas, mga ganon. Tapos, maglalaan tayo ng konti as emergency fund kasi hindi naman natin alam kung ilan dapat or magkano dapat yung ihiwalay natin for emergencies. Okay, so, madalas sa Filipinos, yung nangungutang talaga, yun nga, pambili ng sasakyan, pagpagawa ng bahay, kung ano-ano pang mga klaseng loans. Okay? And then, pwede rin tayong kumuha ng life insurance, pero dahil hindi tayo well-informed, hindi enough yung nakuha natin na coverage. Pwede yung healthcare natin, nagdepend lang din tayo sa binibigay ng company sa atin without fully understanding and realizing na mawawala ito the moment na nag-retire tayo. Okay? So what if nag-retire nga tayo? Okay? Tapos bigla tayong nagkasakit, bigla tayong na-hospital. Wala na yung healthcare na magko-cover sa atin. Okay? Yung insurance natin, hindi enough in case na mamatay tayo bigla. Hindi siya enough for our family to use. Okay? So madalas nangyayari is nangungutang para may gamitin sa mga araw-araw na gastos, ganyan. So yung utang natin, siya yung lalong lumalaki. Okay? Dahil hindi natin bayaran yung utang natin, pwedeng nagagamit na natin yung nakasave for our emergency fund, as well as yung na-invest natin sa bahay, sa lupa, sa sasakyan, at mga alahas. Madalas na ibebenta natin ang mga ito para may pambayad sa utang, may pambayad sa everyday na gastos natin. Okay? So kahit gaano pa daw kalaki ang na-save natin or gaano kadaming shares ang nabili natin sa stock market, the moment na nagkasakit tayo o namatay tayo na walang proper healthcare or walang proper protection or insurance, ang lahat ng savings natin pwedeng mawala. Okay? So yun yung old saying kanina no, na health is wealth. Okay? If healthy ka, if may healthcare ka, ma-preserve ang wealth mo. Okay? So for most of us na bago pa lang dito sa mga concepts na ito, hindi natin, alam natin na medyo lost pa rin, no? Hindi natin agad-agad build ang ating financial foundation. Pero if there are 3 major financial needs na dapat natin i-secure for ourselves, for our family, yung uunahin muna natin talaga is proper healthcare, proper protection or life insurance, and savings and investment. Okay, so bakit inuuna natin yung nasa taas, no? Kasi kailangan nating mag-save, mag-increase ng cash flow para may pangbayad tayo sa healthcare, sa insurance, may pambayad ng utang, may maisa-save for emergency fund. Okay? So, in IMG, we are here to educate you so that you will know what is the best insurance for you or where to invest your money for your future retirement. So, how do we know how much we need for our retirement fund? So this is important kasi pag nag-retire na tayo, wala na tayong trabaho, wala na tayong pagkukuhanan ng income. Okay, so dapat nating paghandaan. So to have enough retirement fund, we multiply our yearly income times 20 years. So for example, our yearly income again is 240,000 times 20. That is equivalent to 4.8 million pesos. So in order to have this enough fund, we should invest in mutual funds and long-term health care. So after knowing all these concepts and realizing that we need to start saving ASAP, next question is how do we start? Okay, where do we start? Paano natin masimulang ma-build itong financial foundation natin? So this is where IMG comes in to give us not just financial education, but provide us with a platform to start increasing our income and give us access to different trusted companies that will offer us the right insurance and investment opportunities. Okay. So the final question for today. Okay, type the letter of your answer in the chat box. Okay, the correct answer is letter D. We have proper health care or long-term health care. Okay, very good, everyone. Thank you for participating in the Q&A. And speaking of proper health care, okay, one of IMG's partner companies that will help us start our solid financial foundation is Kaiser International. So Kaiser International, if you've heard of it, is the only company in the Philippines that offers long-term health care. That is coupled with protection and investment. So hindi na natin kailangan na mag-save separately for healthcare, another for insurance, and another saving for investment. Kaya siya tinawag na 3-in-1 program because one saving lang, we can have these 3. So if we look at our example here, we have the K100 plan. The installment amount or annual saving is 58,821.42. So you will be saving this for 7 years, which will total to a contract price of 410,750. By the way, the mode of payment or installment can either be annual, semi-annual, quarterly, or monthly. Okay. So during the 7-year saving period, meron na tayong benefits na makukuha such as free checkups, free annual PE, free dental benefits, we have waiver of installment for death and disability, and so on. So I want to highlight the waiver of installment due to disability or death. No? So if we were able to pay our Kaiser plan for, let's say, 2 years, and then something happened to us, and we are no longer able to pay for the Kaiser plan, then the plan is considered paid in full by Kaiser. And we or our beneficiaries will just have to wait for the maturity value of the money before they can fully claim it. After the 7-year saving period, no, hindi ka na magsisave, wala ka ng ibang, hindi ka na maglalagay ulit ng pera. So 7 years lang talaga. And then you will be given a certificate of complete payment. Then all we have to do is allow our money to grow for about 13 years. So during the growth period, we still get the benefits, no, of free medical and dental checkups and others. So upon reaching the maturity on the 20th year, our money that we saved worth 411,750 has now accumulated to almost 1.2 million. So our saving for just 7 years can reach this amount provided we did not get sick and use a portion of the savings amount. So as much as possible, kahit na meron tayong healthcare coverage, we still strive to keep ourselves healthy para hindi tayo ma-hospital, para hindi mabawasan itong savings natin. Okay? So after the growth period and after our money has grown to 1.2 million, we have the following options. We can withdraw the entire maturity value, withdraw portions of it, or retain the maturity value and let it grow further. Take note, however, that if we withdraw the entire maturity value, we will no longer have any coverage under the Kaiser plan. Kasi kinuha na natin lahat, di ba? Hence, it is highly recommended to keep the whole amount or a portion of it still invested para covered ka pa rin. And if by age 60 and we haven't used or withdrawn any of our invested money, the total accumulated amount can total to as much as 6.4 million pesos. And by the time na 65 tayo, and so long as the total amount is intact, no, the amount of money is intact, it can grow to 10.4 million. So this is how compound interest works. Nanganganak yung interest na nanganganak. Okay. So Kaiser is just one partner company for us to start our solid financial foundation. So IMG is also partnering with several huge companies in the country, providing healthcare, life insurance, investment, and other financial services. So to categorize these companies, here is the list. Okay, by being a member of IMG, we can avail of the services of these companies at a discount. Okay. So if we decide to start building our financial foundation with IMG, I tell you we have overwhelming benefits basing on the basic financial concepts and principles of building wealth. IMG is so generous to give us ways and means to start saving for our future. So as of this time, there are 48 benefits just by being a member. So benefits 1 to 39 are applicable for those in the Philippines, and the additional benefits of 40 to 48 are given to our OFWs. Okay, allow me then to mention some of these benefits now that will allow us to start building our wealth by being an IMG member. So we have free, unlimited financial seminars and checkups. Okay, we have free 100,000 personal accident insurance care of Manila bankers, and then 50,000 life insurance from Fidelity Life. Okay, free eye checkup and eyeglass frames care of De Los Reyes Optical, and then we have free unlimited consultation in Kaiser Medical Center or Kaiser accredited hospitals. We have access to the Kaiser Healthcare, the healthcare insurance, then access to Manila Bankers Life, most 18. And then we have zero entry fee on mutual fund investment. So as I mentioned earlier, once you become a member, binibigyan ka na IMG agad ng mutual fund account. Okay, na hindi mo kailangan mag-open, magbayad sa entry fee or joining fee, mag-submit ng mga documents. automatic na yon. Dadagdagan mo na lang yung pera kasi automatic na may 1,000 pesos worth of shares na rin yon na account mo. Okay, we have mutual fund account with 1,000 investment already. We have access to my trade. So kung ikaw naman gusto mo active trading or direct investment, you have access using my trade. And then we have discounts on non-life insurances, discount on real estate purchases, free Everest Memorial Services. We have discount on car purchases. Okay, so this can be explained in details to you by the person who invited you, if you're interested. Then in IMG, we can also start. We have the opportunity to start our financial business. We can travel the world for free. We have world-class recognition, and we can have free HMO coverage on top of our Kaiser, when we continue to do the business ownership program and reach certain milestones. Okay, so how do we start receiving these great benefits at IMG? The answer is very simple. Just become a member. Okay, so we have two membership options. We have basic and advanced. So if we choose to get the basic membership, we pay a one-time fee of 6,000 pesos, and the benefits that we get are, we have access to the benefits I mentioned, 50,000 death and memorial benefit, 100,000 accident insurance benefit, online mutual fund account with 1,000 pesos worth of shares, and unlimited financial education trainings and classes. Most of these are free, given free. And as we can see here in the upper right side, with just the basic membership, 2 blocks of the Solid Financial Foundation are already covered. Okay, so life insurance and investment. And then if we choose to get the advanced membership, we pay the one-time fee of 6,000 pesos plus the first month's payment of Kaiser Healthcare Plan. So in this example, we are using the K100 plan. Hence, the total initial payment is 12,382 pesos. This is broken down into the 6,000 membership fee and 5,882, which is the first month's payment of Kaiser K100 plan, and a 500 pesos annual policy fee. So with the advanced membership, the benefits that we can receive are: we have access to the 48 benefits, the opportunity to be licensed and accredited as financial planner and insurance broker, the opportunity to start a financial brokerage business that will give you 6-figure income potential. If you have this, it will help you increase your cash flow, okay? To manage your debts, to build an emergency fund, increase your investments. Of course, we have our Kaiser 3-in-1 long-term healthcare. We also have 500,000 worth of burial or death benefit and 1 million accident insurance benefit. The online mutual fund account with 1,000 pesos worth of shares and unlimited free financial education trainings and classes. And take note, with advanced membership, all blocks of the Solid Financial Foundation are covered. So this makes a great start for us in building our own financial foundation. So in the advanced membership option, we also have higher or lower plans that we can choose from, and not just the K100. So if we are getting the K100 plan, we will initially pay 12,382 pesos. And on the second month onwards, what you will have to pay is only 5,882 pesos every month for 7 years. So if you're interested in becoming a member or to learn more about our membership options, please do not hesitate to have a chat with your inviter. Okay. So after knowing all these realities regarding finances, some of us can still be skeptical or hesitant to start saving or investing. Madalas, sasabihin na, bago pa lang yan, si IMG, sure ba yan, scam ba yan, ganyan. But no matter what your excuses are, no, we will still get old next year. Yun yung fact, yung pwedeng mangyari sa atin. Our kids will grow up and enter college, and we will need money to pay for their education. And then, hindi naman tayo forever employed. We will eventually retire and stop making active income. So the point is, take action now. Invest habang employed pa tayo, habang may income tayo, invest in the present to ensure a secure future for us and our family. So be part of a community that inspires you. When members of your community save and invest, you will be inspired to save and invest. Ganon din yung opposite niya. If you associate with a community that always spends, no, ganon din, mahahawa ka din sa habits na always spending. Okay? So choose your community, okay? Or people you associate with. So IMGs mission is to convert people from being spenders to savers. And of course, to teach them how to save the right way. Kasi madalas, marami sa atin na akala natin okay na, tama yung pagsisave natin, tama yung pagmamanage ng money natin, pero hindi pala. Okay? So as a member of IMG, we can become advocates, we can become educators or entrepreneurs. So being here now, you can be included in our campaign, the 30 million by 2030 financial education movement. So please provide your complete name and email address to your inviter so you will be counted. No? So as of this morning, no, as of 10 a.m. today, our financially educated community has reached to 4 million people. So be part of the financial literate and start building a better future. So keep in mind that financial independence or financial freedom or financial success is not a dream. It is a decision that we should make. So don't just dream about financial security. We should make it happen for us and our family. And why not start your journey towards financial freedom with IMG? Okay, thank you very much for your time with us. And again, if you have questions, please talk to the person who invited you. Okay, thank you again. Stay safe and God bless us all. Bye.